In this week's parasha, the Manos approached Moshe Rabbeinu with the following question. Our father has died, he didn't leave over any sons, there's only daughters. Do we get the Yerusha? And the Pasuk tells us that Moshe Rabbeinu approached Hashem in order to answer this question. The obvious question is, why did Moshe Rabbeinu answer the question himself? Why did he have to turn to Hashem to answer this question? The Shlach Kadosh tells us the following answer. A judge has to be very careful when he's judging a case not to accept bribery. Because if he accepts bribery, he won't have a neutral stand on the case. He'll be biased towards one side. This includes any form of bribery. When the Bnei Selachot came to Moshe Rabbeinu pitching their question if they get Yerusha or not, they mentioned that their father, who had just died, he wasn't part of Korach and his 250 people. Once they said this, Moshe Rabbeinu couldn't judge the case anymore. And he'll be biased towards the Bnei Selachot because their father was not part of Korach and his people who were fighting against Moshe and Aaron. And this is why he turned to Rabbeinu Shalom to answer his question. Because he realized, if I have 1% of bias towards the Bnei Selachot, I'm not allowed to judge the case. And that's why he removed himself and gave it over to Rabbeinu Shalom to decide what should be done. If we analyze the word sheichad, which means bribery, you have shehu chad. He becomes one. Once a person has been influenced by bribery, there isn't that two people anymore. They become one unit. There's not the judge and the person being judged. They become one team. Since he's given him money, he feels like he wants to help him now, and he won't be able to give a clear judgment and be separate from the person he's judging. Many times within our own lives, we may not take real bribery when someone pays us to do something, but often people ask us for our opinion, and we don't really give them the right answer because we have personal agendas, so we'll tell them advice which isn't really good for them, which is good for us. That falls under the same category when we don't see the bigger picture. We don't do things what's actually right, we do things which helps ourselves. And that's an important lesson from this week's Sedra, that if a person has slight bias towards something, he shouldn't be judging and he should ask someone else to judge that situation. You should all have an amazing Shabbos.